Crimson Ties. In 19th century Britain, beneath the polished veneer of noble life, a bitter feud raged between two powerful families, the Fairweathers and the Hawthornes. For generations, hatred and vengeance had torn them apart, the land they once fought for now only a symbol of their unyielding pride. Theirs was a story of blood and betrayal, where love could never flourish, or so it seemed. Emily Fairweather, the radiant daughter of Lord Fairweather, had grown up trapped by the weight of her family's legacy. Her auburn hair and emerald eyes sparkled with dreams far beyond the confines of her noble birth. But as her father sought to secure alliances with her marriage, Emily longed for freedom, for love. On the other side stood William Hawthorne, the brooding heir to the Hawthorne estate. Haunted by the sins of his ancestors, William carried the burden of the family feud like a heavy chain. Yet beneath the cold exterior, his heart beat with a desire for peace and a life free of the past. One fateful night, at a grand masquerade ball, their worlds collided. Beneath the flickering light of 1,000 candles, Emily and William, unaware of each other's identities, were drawn together as if by destiny. Their laughter mingled with the music, their eyes met, and in that moment they felt a connection so powerful, so pure, that even the feud that divided them could not keep them apart. But when the masks fell, the truth was revealed. They were not strangers, but enemies. From that night on, their love grew in secret, hidden away from the prying eyes of their families. In moonlit gardens, beneath the shade of ancient oaks, they would meet, their hearts daring to defy a feud that had shaped their lives. Every whispered word, every stolen kiss, was a rebellion against the chains that bound them. But as their love deepened, the storm around them intensified. Lord Fairweather had already promised Emily's hand to the ruthless Baron Alistair Mercer, a man who saw Emily not as a woman to love, but as a pawn in his game for power. With each passing day, the lover's secret became harder to keep. Rumours began to swirl. Eyes grew watchful, and both families, already on the brink of war, teetered closer to destruction. Lord Fairweather, his ambition knowing no bounds, confronted Emily. "You will marry Baron Mercer," he declared, his voice cold as iron. Emily, defiant, refused, her heart already bound to William. But the walls of duty were closing in, and she knew that her love, her freedom, might soon be sacrificed for the sake of her family's pride. Meanwhile, at Hawthorne Manor, William stood at the edge of a precipice. Torn between his love for Emily and his loyalty to his family's legacy, he found himself caught in an impossible choice. Could he walk away from the hatred that had defined his life? Could he truly escape the shadow of the Hawthorne name? The day came when Emily was to be wed to Baron Mercer. A grand cathedral filled with noble guests, all there to witness her surrender to a fate she did not choose. In her heart, she prayed for a miracle, prayed that William would come. And then, in a moment that would be etched in history, the doors of the cathedral burst open. There stood William, his heart burning with love, his eyes locked on Emily's. "I will not lose you," he declared. In that final, fateful stand, love triumphed over hatred. The chains of the past were broken, and the feud that had divided two families for generations was brought to an end. Emily and William's love, once forbidden, had become the very force that redeemed them all. Crimson Ties is a story of love against all odds, of families torn apart by pride and brought together by the courage of two hearts. When love is the greatest act of rebellion, it has the power to heal even the deepest of wounds. Will you follow your heart even when the world tells you no? This is Crimson Ties.